Well,
Well, hey, dear listener.
hi guys.
Yeah. Um, I got out of the shower this morning and I was like, this was not forward thinking of us to schedule a podcast recording day on the day after a huge election. But here we are.
Here we are.
Yep.
I am in the car um because I'm in a very conservative part of not New York, staying with family that is not they're Trump supporters, we'll just say.
Yeah.
So I'd rather not record a podcast where I can't really say anything. Thankfully, they're not being weird. They haven't even mentioned it. Not a freaking word, but I really didn't want to not be able to talk to you guys. So we don't have a lot of time, unfortunately, because just figuring out how to record this at all was a challenge. What now? Um,
Yeah.
no matter what your leanings are, if you're creative, your artist friends are affected by this decision. If you're not, which I assume a lot of our listeners are women based on our stats, you probably are affected by this. But if you're not, the people in your community are. It's overwhelming to think about. My friends who have uteruses, my friends who are trans, my friends who are people of color, my friends who are trying to make things also creatively that aren't run by like the capitalist push. uh this is affecting us, and I don't want to be alarmist because I do think that we can also be biased people, even though we would like to believe we aren't. I don't want to be alarmist and be like, that's it, it's over, the world is ending. But I will say this, we are affected, and the people around you that are in those groups are not great today
Mhm.
and might not be okay in the future. And that's really fucking scary and sad and overwhelming to think about.
Yeah. Yeah. I, it, yeah. I, I feel angry. Um, that more than half the people in this country um, put a person in political power again who um, just I feel like there's not a whole lot of empathy for other people, and certainly not a respect for women, women's bodies, and that's really disappointing, and it it makes it makes me feel unsafe in my body in a world that also doesn't respect my body and and me. It is, and that hurts. I also I'm sad what this means for people who value empathy and who value kindness, because it feels like those things didn't win today. And so I feel like it's, I've been really angry at my house today. My husband and I went for a walk and I raged because I don't understand. I mean, I do, and Emily, you can probably relate to this as well, but like I do understand because I came from some of those political leanings and ideologies. That's how I was raised: conservative, Christian, Republican, all those things. So I understand to a point. And then after that point, I just don't. I don't understand. The party is so different than it was 20 years ago. So where I'm not trying to like speed up our, our grieving, because I think grieving takes time and it's valid to need to grieve. And yes, we need to do that. And we need to be kind to ourselves and allow ourselves time and space to do that. But then at some point, we have to go, what's next?
I think a really difficult thing that, I mean, amid a lot of uncertainty, a difficult thing to think about is the fact that a very large percentage of our country voted for this person. And I have to believe that, knowing a lot of people who voted for Trump, which is crazy to me, what kind of desperation in those people financially,
Mm.
feeling maybe like they are invisible somehow and this person makes them feel heard. And I don't think it's just about racist. It's not like racists and rapists are the only people that would vote for him. It's like there's a cry here for money, for land, for freedom, that all these people have think they're voting for. A lot, I mean, the thing that this could drive us to would be hatred, discrimination,
Mhm.
blame of people that did this. But I would tell you, I have to have something drive me toward compassion,
Mhm.
because if we don't have that, we're part of the problem.
Yeah.
Not compassion for what's about to happen, where there's a big truck. This is where I am right now. Um, but that now more than ever, we're gonna have to love one another, to see the desperation in people that feel like this was the answer that will be more than likely very wrong. I mean, I'm driving around this town, it's like hit me really hard. I'm in the town where Carrie and I grew up, where we were the most influenced by the church and conservative folks. I'm driving around this town that is a pretty red place, looking at these homes and these people, that everything is falling apart here. There's a huge homeless issue, drug issue. The people here are struggling. The only places that look normal and put together are churches and liquor stores, and everything else is falling to pieces. What what is this to them but rescue somehow from this? I have to believe that. I know that I'm kind of ranting here, but it's like I feel disgusted and angry, but I also am feeling like, where what is your life like that this looks like the answer to you? Because I think that's what they think.
Yeah.
So the long way I'm saying that is, where do we go from here? Is I hope toward compassion for one another, protecting the people in our lives. Like, I just think about, I'm worried about our bodies. We're like straight white people, you know? Like, I'm compassion diving deeper into art and love and joy and hope. We have to stay there because if we start turning against each other, we have nothing.
Mm. Mhm. Yeah. And maybe we like this is one of those moments where it really does redefine what art means. Like I feel like a lot of, when you say, "Oh, I'm an artist," so much of the time it feels to some people it feels like frivolous or light or flighty or whatever. But I think when we make shit, it is powerful. And it's actually an act of rebellion. And it's an act of protest. And so now more than ever, we need what you make. Um, it, I just keep hearing today, like, I don't know where I'm hearing it from, but I just keep hearing like, get your boots on, get your boots on and commit yourself to your art, commit yourself to um, this time, being able to play. Like, play is not frivolous. Play nurtures our souls. We have a responsibility to fill ourselves up and pour it out onto the world and to share it. And let's let our art be our safe place to do that. That's what I'm planning on doing. That's all I got today. I mean, I wish it was more eloquent than that, but it's not. Um, it's just what I've got.
It's okay to, like you were saying, to grieve, to not be okay. I would just encourage you to reach out of that place while honoring it too, to reach out to other people, other creatives, and as much as you can be a source of hope and love for yourself and for other people
Mhm.
because we're not in control.
Yep. Now's the time to be pushing into our communities and um, and building those communities and uh, sharing that sharing your art with people. I don't know. I feel strongly about that. Like you're not alone. This the outcome of this election might not be what you wanted, but hope is not lost. All is not lost. Things get a little harder. Thing that that's to be expected, but we can let this be fuel to press in closer to one another and to press into play and joy. And that's what I'm going to choose to do.
Oh, gotta take care of ourselves and each other, friends.
Yep.
Things are gonna get
So,
a lot more uncertain, so we have to be assured within ourselves.
yeah.
This is a short, weird episode today, but carries buckets of love and hope with it.
Yeah. But once again, it's okay to be sad. It's It's okay to grieve. It's okay to take time to be like, you know what, world, I'm closing my shutters right now and I'm taking a bath and I'm eating some pie or whatever it is you like. Like, that's okay. Do something that fills your cup up. And if that means getting off social media for a couple of days
Mhm.
or turning off the news or whatever, like all that stuff's going to be here when you come back. But do things like it's time to take care of yourself right now. So please, please be kind to yourself and just know that all is not lost.
Until next week.
Bye, dear listener.